This will be day 12 of my Kratom Withdrawal videos, and I believe it's going to be my last one because I'm feeling pretty good. Yesterday, if you watched, you'll know that it was a day that was a little bit out of the ordinary as far as I was out. You know, I had things to do out. I was out, so I went to church and stuff. So I was out in the public, and I think it kind of wore me down, etc., etc. With anxiety and stuff. But as far as gauging the day on what would be like an average day for me, I would say that I don't even know that I'm suffering from pause anymore at this point. I feel pretty back to normal. Not to say that I might have here and there like that depression that kind of hits, that different kind of longing depression I get from Kratom Withdrawal, and maybe some spikes in the anxiety, kind of that different feel that I get in more of my body anxiety. It's weird, it's different, but I don't, you know, I don't I don't notice that today. I notice just the normal stuff and what feels like it's going to be the normal stuff of a life off of kratom, and which makes you, realize how much kratom did actually help you, because I bought a big bottle of ibuprofen for my back and I have arthritis, and kratom was helping with that, and a bunch of slip disc in my neck. So kratom was helping with that for sure. And I have, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out other ways to manage the pain. So that was just one side of kratom use. The anxiety, well, that's just the way life is. And I got along well enough pre kratom with anxiety. So somebody had mentioned ways to get L-theanine on the cheap. So I think I might do that if I can raise enough money through donations. Like, that would be something I would like to do, because I know that would help. And that's an amino acid, so it's a lot more natural. It's a lot more helpful, instead of, well, I wouldn't say more helpful necessarily, but I would say that it definitely does help. And it's something that I could quit not taking a day, and I'm not going to have the actual physical withdrawal symptoms that I went through on here. Another thing that I got today that I tried, which has, wow, I didn't know it would happen right away, like I would feel it right away. A lot of supplements need to kind of build up, but I took DLPA today, and my energy, my motivation feel really good. I'm not, maybe even my mental clarity. I feel a lot better, and I don't know if that's part of the issue where I'm feeling better from kratom. With the kratom, it wasn't like I was taking a ton and for a long time. I remember in the very beginning, I had taken kratom for like 9 months, and I was taking heavy doses, like nine teaspoons, like heaping, like giant teaspoons. I would take three of those like every maybe 2 3 hours, and just keep putting them in a sipper cup and keep going. So that was quite a bit of kratom, and no wonder I had withdrawals. And it's not surprising to think that I had, post acute withdrawal syndrome for like 2 months after that, where I was still having lingering effects. I don't. I feel a lot better at this time around, like I said, on day 12. So I think I'm out of the woods there. I think I'm okay. So the DLPA might be helping a lot with that. I'll put a link down below to the brand I got, and so you can try that out and see if it helps. It's supposed to help in a lot of different ways. Some other things I wanted to pass along to you guys were ways that, or different things that people have recommended through my channel. I don't know if they work. They aren't things that I've tried myself necessarily, but they're things that were recommended. So maybe you can research them or try them yourself. It's up to you what you want to do with that. But one thing that somebody mentioned was 5-HTP. I've tried that in the past, and that is actually something I've tried, and I think it gave me a lot of irritability when I took it. It's supposed to increase dopamine production, though. So after stopping kratom, we, generally have problems with that. So I think that would be beneficial to a lot of people. I know 5-HTP helps a lot of people out. I just have a weird reaction to it, as I do with some other supplements. Another recommendation I think I mentioned the other day was vitamin C for opiate withdrawal, something that you can look into. There was also caffeine. Somebody mentioned caffeine for the headaches from kratom, and said that, drinking 2 to 3 times your normal amount, because your kratom I think, you won't, I guess maybe since coffee's in the same family, I'm just guessing here, that you need a little more than normal to get the same desired effect from the coffee. But they said 2 to 3 times your normal amount would get rid of the kratom headache. And I did have a kratom headache. Had I known that earlier, I would have definitely tried that. And I think they mentioned one other thing. I'm trying to remember what that was. I'm not sure. I'll come back to it. I'll circle back around if I can remember. Oh, I think they had mentioned antihistamines and something to do with the inflammation in the body. So that's something to research as well. Maybe antihistamines would help with the pain, of the withdrawals, the muscle pain type stuff. So that could be really interesting. That could really be helpful, more so than the headache even. But yeah, those are just a few things that people have mentioned. People have mentioned other things. I'm kind of like, there's different substances people have mentioned that I don't really want to talk too much about. I talked about gabapentin early on in this withdrawal, and Klonopin, but there's some things I don't know. I don't know that I want to bring them up right now, at least. If I give it a little more thought, that are substances that could be, for me, like a problem where it would be just as addictive as kratom. So I'm not sure I want to bring those up just yet. I'm still kind of thinking about that one, because I certainly don't want to be fueling somebody having a problem with something that's actually a drug and not just an herb like kratom. So that's why I'm kind of holding back on that one. But at this point, where we're at is I'm going to start my wean from Klonopin. So not that I'm going to stop making kratom videos. I'll always be making kratom videos and just giving updates on different things that I've noticed, whether I'm using it or not. I get a lot of comments on here that I'd like to pass along to you guys, and just, it can help people. I know people still watch these videos years later. Like, they're still up on YouTube, so they can still watch them. So I'll want to pass that along as well, but I'm going to probably focus more on getting off the Klonopin next, which that'll be a separate video in itself. But I have the scale, so I'm getting ready to create a video for that and launch off on that, where I kind of, once I get my baseline, because I haven't been using a scale, so that'll be a different set of experiences. And not being on the kratom, I don't know how that's going to fare. Should be interesting, to say the least, just because I know, anxiety. I do have anxiety in my life. I know a lot of people that watch this channel or that have gravitated towards kratom have anxiety, so that should be interesting. But I'm hoping to share that and give some awareness to that. But yeah, that's where we stand right now with kratom. I think at this point, just good. Like, we made it through, and I'm surprised by how strong my withdrawals were in the first couple of days, especially only because I hadn't been using that heavily and not that long. But some, different subscribers have said, like, once you get to that level of where you've used it for a while, maybe each subsequent time, you have, more of a whatever, an issue with it, like opiates. I've used a lot of opiates in my life. So maybe every time I'm just kind of more, my body gets used to it. And then when I take it away, it's kind of, I think there's a word for that, but I'm drawing a blank on it. But yeah, so that's kind of where we stand, guys. I do still have needs. I'd like to get like the L-theanine, and there's always supplements that I want to kind of try out, but haven't been able to, just because of limitations with funds. So please, if you do feel so led, please continue to donate to my GoFundMe or my Patreon. My Patreon helps support these videos so I can help others as well. And I thank you guys. I thank everybody that has through this whole little campaign. It's been like a miracle. So thank you. But yeah, any questions you guys have about kratom, anything that I might be able to help, I'm certainly not an expert, so don't look to me as an expert. But I guess I do have some personal knowledge, and then I also have some knowledge from helping others on this channel to come off of kratom, or just talking to them. So I'm always willing to help somebody that needs that, or prayers, or whatever it may be. Just please leave a comment below, or get in touch with me through however you want. It's fine. So yeah, guys, until we start the Klonopin stuff, that'll be it for this. It's going to be a wrap on kratom. Of course, I will keep updating. Like I said, maybe update if something changes down the road, but no more dailies. No more dailies for now. I think it's run its course. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and God bless.